Well, good morning. It is November 4th. It's the day after the election, and as probably all of you know, it's still not over. So, yeah, that's great. I'm about to cook breakfast. I definitely woke up later today because I stayed up pretty late, and nothing happened after they stalled out at like 2:38 and 2:13. Absolutely nothing happened. So, yeah, super glad I stayed up for an extra 2 hours. No, but it is what it is. I have been on this hole in the rock road. Yeah, it's for 1 hour. Like, great views, beautiful scenery, but man, do I miss pavement? Do I wish it was pavement? Absolutely. So, it says I'm 2 miles away. We'll see if it lets me drive into the trail some, but I don't think I'm gonna make it back by 6 p.m. to go to the grocery store. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm doing my best to keep this stable. So made it to the Dry Fork Trail, which takes you to the Peekaboo and Spooky Slot Canyons. It's a 6-mile loop, rated as a hard. Haven't checked the elevation. I'm sure it's how narrow the slot canyons are, which I'm not excited for. I have officially decided that I don't like slot canyons, hence why today I'm doing 2 and then I'm done. So with that being said, we just got to get to them. I have no clue what to really expect, but so far in the previous ones I have not liked the slot canyons at all. Not my cup of tea. I definitely like mountains with lakes. That's what I like, Tetons and probably Glacier, but I won't be able to make it to Glacier in 2020, so maybe next year. Kid you not, I just passed somebody on the trail, and then they got like a quarter of a mile away from each other, and they turned around, and the guy yelled, "Mike," waved, and then kept going. So, if I ran into you on the Dry Fork Trail, and I didn't recognize who you were, I apologize, but don't know who you are now. This is the entrance to the Peekaboo Slot Canyons. So I accidentally finished the Peekaboo Slot Canyon without really realizing it. I had no idea how short it was gonna be, but it made me think of King Hezekiah's tunnel, which I'm sure you're saying, well, what's King Hezekiah's tunnel? King Hezekiah was the king of Israel in like 1400 BC, 14th century BC, I believe. I haven't really, definitely have not looked up to fact check all of this, but he was the king in like the 14th century BC in Israel. And the issue that Israel had was that there was no water source either inside of Jerusalem, inside of the temple, or inside of the palace. Where did the king stay? Wherever the king stayed. And so Hezekiah was like, well, this is a problem. We have a heavily fortified city, but if we can't get water in, then it'll be easy for somebody to beat us because we just have to run out of water and then they win, even if they can't enter in because of our walls. So in the 14th-ish century BC, King Hezekiah commissioned some people to tap into a local water source outside of the Jerusalem walls and then tunnel into Jerusalem. Now, the crazy thing is that they started I'm trying to remember in my head. I really think it's like right outside of the temple, but they started right outside of the temple, and then the other people started at the spring, and then they ended up meeting, but it's all underground. So they chiseled by hand and lanterns, and then they ended up meeting together. No GPS, nothing like that. So kind of crazy, and it's still filled with water, and there's still flowing water today. So clearly they did a good job. But that's what the slot canyons make me think of. Now I'm just walking through the desert to, I guess, Spooky is next. It definitely seems like having two hands would be a much better idea. Downhill in these slot canyons. So apparently there's 3 parking lots. There's a upper, lower, and overflow. I saw the overflow and was like, oh yeah, I'm going by that. It's gonna save me another mile. But I only parked in the lower. And so now I'm having to walk through this riverbed. I'll pass the upper and then get to the truck. But doing like pretty good on time. 2 hours and 15 minutes in, 4.5 miles in. So I'll finish right at 3 hours. But yeah, and then Zebra next. Go back and then pack up, cook dinner, and head to Bryce in the morning. Hopefully I can get back to Escalante before 6, go to the grocery store, fill up my propane tanks, and then Bryce Canyon tomorrow, which is Thursday and Friday. I'm gonna finish this, go to Zebra real quick. Gotta eat lunch somewhere. So now I am headed to the Zebra Canyons, which shouldn't be too far away. So. Okay, we made it to the whatever Zebra slot canyon things. It's 2:51, so I'm kind of running out of time. If it takes me 2 hours, then I'm doing good. But if it takes me longer, if it takes me the real 3 hours, then I get done at 6, and we all know that the grocery store closes at 6, so I'm gonna hurry up and go. So I'm gonna get out of the car, I guess, and go hiking and eat a big chewy as soon as I start. So let's do this thing. So I'm a little under half a mile in, and I just passed a couple. They basically said that they stopped and turned around because they were scared it was gonna get too dark. If I can keep, I wish I can't keep a 20-minute pace. Yeah, so it should take an hour and a half tops, and then head on the way back. So get back as the sun is setting. We'll see what happens. I've got a flashlight, a little flashlight, but it'll work. So Zebras, here we go. Then we're done with Escalante. On to Bryce. I'm heading towards what looks, there's so many birds. Just see them fly around. But I've been told that there's water, so I'm a little terrified of the water. Also, if it gets dark while I'm in these things, ooh, yeah, that's the water. Oh man. Honestly, it looks like some people did it barefoot. I'm stepping all over the place, but like, see that heel mark? Heel mark right there. There's that one in the water. I guess I'll try it barefoot. It's a slot canyon, so that does not help either. It's cold, buddy. It's cold. Oh no. Oh, crap. Oh. It's too late now. I'm in this thing. Oh, freaking heck. It is cold. Cold. Colder than Hezekiah's tunnel. I'll tell you that. I've been talking about Hezekiah's tunnel way too much. Ah, crap. It's so cold. So freaking cold. The water is so cold. And I really don't want to put my shoes on until I get to the zebra canyons. I tell you what, there's a piece of glass on the ground, I'm in trouble. So I'm definitely walking barefoot to the next one. Hopefully it's not too far, because it would be, I should check and see. I'm gonna add 0.1 miles to however far, 3.4. So 3.3 miles is when I started walking barefoot. Man. It's not looking too promising. Also, low key, I'm sorry mom again, it's getting kind of cold. So, barefoot in the back of Utah, technically in the winter. Like, see, another water crossing. So, maybe I was smart. But it's the nasty water. Man, and it's freaking cold. It's in the shade. It's getting down to the 30s at night. So, I don't know, maybe 40 degrees. I couldn't tell you. The rocks, which is what I love to see barefoot. Just a lot of rocks. Oh no. It's cold. I just got like cold wind. My unprofessional, I know I'm flailing around, walking on rocks, barefoot. Unprofessional advice is to just do spooky and peekaboo. Thorn bush to the foot. Okay, well, if I die here, it's been a good run. It's been a good, seen a lot of things, met a lot of people, been to a lot of places. Luckily it's mostly sand. If I just had to guess, it feels like it's definitely under 60, probably 55-ish. It's a lot of rocks. Okay, well, I gotta stop recording at some point. So, I guess I'll see you when I get to the zebra tunnels with or without shoes on. Okay, I made it out of one slot canyon with water. This is the craziest little. I don't know. Not gonna get distracted. So yeah, tunnel slots is done. I'm out of it. I got my shoes on, but I still have zebra, and I know that zebra is gonna have water as well. So yeah, this is there's these little black round balls everywhere. I have no clue what they are, where they're from, how they got here, but I'm keeping one. Like low key, if somebody like comments or texts me or whatnot and they're like, oh, that's actually a ball of poop, like, I'm not too surprised. I was a little scared to put it in my mouth and try to break it, but when I threw it on the ground, it did not break, so got no clue. Like, look at this. I can't, it's stuck, but like, it looks like a baseball. I got a little ping pong ball, but All right, I gotta do the zebra thing before it gets dark. See the water line? Hope it doesn't rain. I wanna know if I can make it out. If I can like go in without getting, the water's nastier. Look at this. I'm also getting hungry. I got plenty of time for game. 4.4, got 1 hour. It is so cold. Like, the water should be frozen cold. It's not that far, so that's the good news, but I really don't like, oh, kick the rock, kick the rock. Oh. Yeah, it's kind of deep, no lies. And it's cold, it's so cold. And that is why it takes three real hours. I fell. In there, and my right shin. Neither of my feet are on the ground right now. Come on. My right shin is what caught me. So, my right leg's a little beat up. I'm sure my feet are not great either. But it's over, it's done. Hopefully my backpack's still there. The least excited I've been in a while. There's my stuff. Okay, I'm gonna walk in the sand barefoot until I find a good spot to sit down and put my shoes on, and then bust out these last 2 miles and not die, and leave Escalante tomorrow and go to Bryce. And I got to fly out of St. George, 6:30 a.m. Saturday morning. So Santa's coming to town. Which is actually Ryan being in Vegas at 10:15 on Monday. Well, I'm also going to Philly. Whatever. I'm gonna stop rambling. You gotta do things in order to experience things, and that was an experience, I'll tell you that. Okay, Tunnel Slot Canyon and Zebra Slot Canyon. I'm gonna give you a 5 out of 10. 6 miles is not that bad, but I just really don't like slot canyons. 1. 2, the cold water and dirty water, not great for you either. Now, the absolute best part was that at like 3 o'clock when I started, I passed 2 couples. Haven't seen a person since. So I definitely like the seclusion, how secluded it is, but I just don't think I'm a slot canyon kind of guy. Also, it's a pretty easy hike, except for the slot canyons. So like I was averaging 18.5-minute miles until the slot canyons, and then of course when your butt is too big to squeeze through and you have to shift your hips in order to make it through, it's gonna slow you down a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna say 5 out of 10. I would definitely recommend Peekaboo and Spooky, and then like if you're just in love with slot canyons, then come do Zebra and Tunnel. But otherwise, do Peekaboo and Spooky and move on. Peekaboo and Spooky were pretty cool. Definitely better than the Capitol Reef ones. But the Capitol Reef was a hard hike, and then like the worst slot canyons because they're slanted. Peekaboo and Spooky for the most part are upright. There are some tight corners though. So that's my, those are my thoughts. That's my review. I can see a lot of my own footprints on the way back out, which is nice. So I don't think I'm gonna make it to the grocery store, but I will make it back to the truck before it's dark. I'm trying to do my laundry right now and empty my tanks and fill up my water and all of my things, but it's $3.50 in quarters for a load of laundry, and I don't have that much in quarters. So I'm leaving the trailer park to go to a gas station 7 minutes down the road to ask for change for quarters. But this restaurant up here is looking pretty good because I really do not want to cook. Oh, and there's also like a bar that's open, which it makes no sense why they were closed yesterday, Tuesday. So yeah, that's how my night's going. How's yours?